Welcome back. I'm your YouTube guide, Andrea, and today I'm going to talk about how to be consistent on YouTube. If you are brand new here, I manage multiple YouTube channels. I basically have turned my hobbies now into my full-time career. So there are two problems that people usually run into when it comes to problems with consistency on YouTube. And then I'm going to talk about seven solutions you're going to want to know to help you be consistent. At the end here, I'm actually going to share my past earnings with you here on YouTube. Completely passive income. I make the video once and YouTube continues to promote that video out and I get money in my bank account. So I'm going to share that with you to keep you motivated as well, because I know that can be incentive. Okay, here's first problem. People don't know why they're doing YouTube. They don't know the benefits of doing YouTube. They don't really have a clear vision about the purpose of the videos that they're creating for YouTube. So that's fun. You just kind of feel lost. You don't know why you're doing it. You don't have direction. Like there's nothing to sustain you. The other issue, which is what most people run into, is that they have not seen the benefits. They have not seen the fruits of their labor. They haven't seen growth. They haven't seen subscribers. They haven't seen view. They haven't seen monetization. They haven't seen the kind of money that they're seeing other people make. And I would say out of these two problems, this one is probably the most prevalent among people. So what are the solutions for you? Number one solution, you need to make, if you are a brand new channel, you need to be making searchable content. Unless you live like this crazy extreme lifestyle, like you are super rich and fancy and people are drawn to that, or you're doing these reaction videos or these crazy hack videos, you need to make searchable content. I reverse engineered lots and lots of channels, and that is how they first get discovered when they are on YouTube. Now, when you are creating searchable content, just like I do in this how-to channel right here, I'm making sure that the content is all related. You don't want to make a searchable video, but then none of your remaining content really ties into this searched content. Do you guys get what I'm saying right here? This leads me into number two. Your content needs to have a consistent theme around it, because think of for you how YouTube works. If you have watched a video, let's say it's from me on my channel, chances are one of my other videos is going to show up on your homepage the next time you log into YouTube. So if this video that shows up in your homepage is nothing like the content that you originally found for me, you're not going to watch the video. And this impacts your click-through rate. And this is a very, very valuable metric when it comes to YouTube. YouTube likes watch time and click-through rates. So make sure that your content is centralized a theme. So for example, on my largest channel right now, it's 181,000 subscribers. It's all cleaning hacks. So if someone watches a cleaning hack on a toilet, they're more likely to watch a cleaning hack on your kitchen or something else in your house. Make sense? Now I know when you're first getting started, you don't necessarily know the types of content that you want to make around. You don't know what to niche around. So that's why I say for the first several months, I would say 4 to 6 months, just play around making all kinds of different content. What type of videos do you like to edit? What type of videos do you like to create? And based on that, what's getting viewed? And based on all those factors, you want to niche your content if you want to grow more quickly on YouTube. Third problem, your thumbnails suck. And you don't get to the point quick enough. People lose attention. Like think about you and me. Our attention spans are probably pretty terrible. I don't know about you. If the person doesn't get to the point, I'm off the video and I'm finding somebody else that can answer the question for me. Your thumbnails also have to be very attractive. A lot of times if they evoke human emotion like curiosity or surprise or suspense, people are more likely to click on those things because they want to know what's going to happen. They want to know how to stay consistent on YouTube. So look at creators in your space that are performing very well view-wise, and you want to use their thumbnails as a guide, as a representation of what's already performing well on YouTube. Success, I didn't make up this saying, but I say it all the time, success leaves clues. So find people in your space that are performing well and use them as a guidepost for you. Number 4, you can't kind of do YouTube. You can't make a video one day and then make a video a month later and 1 week and then you miss 2 weeks. Like you need to be consistent on YouTube. That is key. On YouTube. When you want to grow, you need to be consistent. Why? Because you have to start building a subscriber base, a community around this thing that you do, and they need to build trust in you, right? If you keep showing up and you keep showing up and you keep providing valuable information, people are going to turn to you as a source for that information. So in order to build that authority, you can't kind of do YouTube. You can't kind of show up. Now, how often you post videos is completely up to you. If you want to grow more quickly, the more you post, the faster you'll grow. However, there's a caveat to this. You have to know what you're doing when you're posting videos. If you're just throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping something sticks, you're not going to know how to replicate that. So I have videos on my channel that have millions of views, and I know how to replicate the strategy that I used in those particular videos. But posting more, yes, it will make your channel grow, but you need to be consistent with that. There are people who post every other week and they perform well, but their audience is well aware of how often they are going to post. It's not like you posted 1 week and then you fall off the face of the earth 3 weeks later. So treat YouTube like your full-time job. You show up when you say you're gonna show up, and you post consistent content around something, and you have a similar style in how you do that. Now again, you're not gonna have this all figured out when you're first starting, because you're trying to figure out what an audience likes based on what information that you're presenting. So try a bunch of different things, but just know that in the end, consistency is gonna be key, and you need to treat this like a job. Number 5, you need to think long-term when it comes to building a YouTube channel and a YouTube community. You want a community around something, because your subscribers are some of the first people that are gonna see a newly published video. And if your subscribers like it, YouTube is more likely to then suggest your video to people that are like your subscribers. YouTube is tracking everything, your clip, the videos you watch, how long that you watch them, you pause on certain things. YouTube wants to serve you up more content. So if you have a subscriber base that is pretty consistent in terms of what they enjoy, it's more likely that your video will get pushed out to someone else similar to that. The same things apply to you and I as we watch YouTube videos. So when you are doing YouTube, don't be short-sighted. A lot of people are like, in a year, 5 weeks, 6 months. I would think like 5 to 10 years down the road, like your YouTube strategy. Of course, you can shift, you can mold. I've shifted so many different ways when it comes to YouTube, but I know that YouTube, you put a ton of effort up front, but it can reap big benefits. I never knew that I could be making the type of money that I make, which is over $100,000 in about 6 months here on YouTube for one YouTube channel alone. And that's one ad, maybe 2 ads in a video on my cleaning channel. Like, it's absolutely remarkable. But you have to put the time in, you guys. And I didn't know that I could possibly make that much money, but I knew the rewards would be good. So you gotta see long-term, long game with everything that you do. Don't be in such a rush. Don't be on the hamster wheel, because you're gonna burn yourself out when you're right out the gate, but you're gonna be like a marathon. This is a marathon, this is a YouTube marathon, and the rewards are gonna be amazing for you if you stick with it. Number 6, community. There's a reason that there's a community tab on YouTube. There's a reason that people can subscribe to your channel. There's a reason that people can hit a thumbs up or hit their notifications bell, because you will build that initial community. Your initial community is the most important that you can build around whatever it is that you're creating, because those are gonna be the people that either determine if YouTube is going to push your video out, like I mentioned before, or your video is going to die with your initial subscribers. Just because you are subscribed to a channel does not mean that you're going to get every new video that that creator puts out, unless you have your notification bells turned on and you click on that particular video. Your videos only go out to a few of your subscribers when you are first publishing a video. If it's good, YouTube will push it out even more. This is why it's easier to grow the bigger that your channel is, because you have more of a pool, more of a base to send signals to YouTube. And that's where real growth happens on YouTube. You first get found with searchable content, and as you build a subscriber base, you then start getting suggested, and that's where your channel will blow up. Number 7, you have not found your unique style when it comes to your own videos, your own editing, whatever it is. When people show up to your channel, they want to have some consistency. Just think about it, like, popular show that you watch or a show on Netflix. Like, it's pretty much set up the same every time you go into tune into that channel. And this will come with time. So that's why it's important to experiment. I've had the opportunity to experiment this way, that way, and every way across all of my YouTube channels. And that's one of the reasons that I did start having multiple YouTube channels. Now, I will say this, having multiple YouTube channels is not always the right answer. You need to master one thing first before you move on to the next, but develop your own style. Look for people in your space that are already performing well, and that's going to give you an idea on the topics that are interest to the general population. That's going to give you clues for the types of videos that you need to make, but your style is what sets you apart. How you talk about things, how you're relatable, like, that's what sets you apart. And that's important, because guess what? If people have watched someone who has millions and millions of views on their videos, and then you're trying to replicate what that person is doing in terms of style, they're going to see right through that, and they're not going to be interested. People like something that's a little bit interesting, but something that's already very familiar. So the very familiar is the topic, and you yourself are that little something that's interesting. So if you implement these 7 things that I talked about here, you will see growth, you will see success, it will be rewarding for you, you to do YouTube because I know in the beginning, you guys, it was over a year before I actually saw fruits of the labor for what I was doing here. And really, in the long scheme of things, like a year is nothing. That's child's play when it comes to people who have millions and millions of subscribers and millions of views on their channel. They've been at this 5 to 10 years. So think of it in those terms. But if you implement what I talk about slowly, steadily, you will see the fruits of your labor and it'll be way more rewarding. All right, let's hop into the computer right here and I will show you my earnings. Here we are on my homepage right here, and you can, this is a big clue of content that I have watched. So this is very, very important to pay attention. Reverse engineer your own viewing and buying behavior, and that's going to help you as well. So let's pop into my cleaning channel right here, Andrea Jean Cleaning. Moving on over here, and guys, I haven't looked at this a while, so I'm curious to see what is going on here. We're going to go to your channel. And I share all of this here. This channel is dedicated to helping you grow on YouTube, helping you build a profitable business, and make a ton of passive income doing what you love and helping a ton of people. So we're going to go into customize channel right here. Let me just scoot you on over, and I will go over to analytics here on the left-hand side. Let's see where we're at so far this month. So far we're at $22,400. If we look at previous months here, I'm going to go to revenue and we can get a whole thing here. So I would say probably in about August is when I really started making some good money on the channel, about $9,000. We have 12,000, 12,000, just under 10,000, 26,000, 23,000. And this is not what the final payout is going to be here for, February, which actually gets paid out March 21st, in or around there. So we will see. So we're averaging about 20K months, and this is all possible, you guys. I have a ton of videos in the description box below to help you on your own entrepreneurial journey and YouTube building journey. Give the video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Share this out with anyone else that you think would be helpful when it comes to growing on YouTube and using YouTube to build a super profitable business. See you in the next one.